The Nightly Business Report.
BOI reports a remarkable 138% increase in foreign direct investments, reaching $827 million by September 2025. Sri Lanka registers 48,708 new vehicles in September, reflecting strong demand after import reopening. Colombo stock market continues upward momentum as ASPI and S&P SL20 record notable gains. And Wall Street closes sharply higher, boosted by strong gains in tech and financial sectors.
From Studio 24C, here's Jenna Newman.
Good evening and welcome to the Nightly Business Report on Derana News Channel. Sri Lanka's Board of Investment announced a 138% year-on-year surge in foreign direct investment inflows, reaching $827 million by September 2025.
Sri Lanka's Board of Investment reported a 138% increase in foreign direct investment inflows, reaching $827 million from January to September of this year. This growth stems from equity capital, reinvested earnings, foreign borrowings, and commercial loans supporting BOI-approved enterprises. Major contributors include the Colombo West International Terminal with $229 million, CEAT OHT Lanka's $111 million investment, and significant reinvestments by Michelin Lanka and Blue Haven Services. These investments not only boost capital inflows but also create jobs, transfer technology, and enhance Sri Lanka's role in global value chains. The BOI approved 104 projects with a combined estimated investment of $1.06 billion during this period, spanning sectors like manufacturing, renewable energy, and real estate.
Since its launch in February 2025, GovPay has onboarded 170 government institutions and processed over 400 million rupees in payments, according to the ICTA board member Harsha Purasinghe. The platform recently expanded to the southern province to enable online payment of spot fines for traffic violations. Over 400 mobile devices have been distributed to police stations in the region to support this rollout. Plans are underway to extend the system to the northern province, aiming for full national coverage by year-end. The next phase will introduce a demerit point system in collaboration with the Department of Posts and the Department of Motor Traffic. The Western Province has recorded the highest transaction volume, collecting nearly 30 million rupees from around 20,000 traffic violations so far. Sri Lanka registered 48,708 motor vehicles in September 2025, driven by pent-up demand following the reopening of vehicle imports earlier this year.
Sri Lanka recorded 48,708 motor vehicle registrations in September of this year, bringing the total for the first 9 months to 220,097, driven by pent-up demand after vehicle imports resumed in February. The government's high duties and taxes on imports have been praised by some but criticized by liberal think tanks and media. Vehicle registrations, a close proxy for imports, have steadily increased month on month since February. Electric vehicle registrations remain strong with 4,521 units in September, though slightly down from August. BYD dominated the electric car and SUV segments, while Yadea led in electric two-wheelers.
The Feminist Collective for Economic Justice has accused the Sri Lankan government of ignoring the growing microfinance debt crisis, especially its devastating impact on women. The group claims a microfinance bill was pushed forward without a proper public consultation and continues to allow predatory lending practices. They highlighted how harsh authority policies and low incomes are driving households deeper into debt, resulting in food insecurity, asset loss, and increased domestic violence. FCEJ warns the current laws are inadequate and calls for urgent state-led debt relief, stricter regulations, and comprehensive data collection on microfinance impacts. They demand legislative reforms, including interest rate caps, consumer protection, and local economic regeneration to prevent further exploitation. Let's take a short break now. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back to the Nightly Business Report. Sri Lanka's stock market closed higher, continuing its positive trend. Both major indicators posted gains, signaling steady investor sentiment. For further insights on this, we have Salama Sanoon from First Capital Holdings.
Thank you, Jenna. The Colombo boost sustained its bull run as positive sentiment prevailed, lifting the all-share price index to new heights as it gained 150 points and closed at 22,784. The index opened steadily and continued this upward path throughout the session, although the latter half of trading witnessed some volatility. Central Finance Company, Cooperative Insurance, Haris Chandra Mills, DFCC Bank and Windforce emerged as the key positive contributors to the index. Retail investors led today's rally as they eagerly resumed trading after the long weekend, whilst high net worth investor activity remained relatively subdued. Turnover stood at 7.4 billion rupees, which is in line with the monthly average. Notably, a crossing in Ceylon Bank voting shares amounted to 1.6 billion rupees, contributing significantly to today's activity. The banking sector dominated turnover, accounting for 37% of the total, while the diversified financials and capital goods sectors collectively added 29%. Meanwhile, foreign investors remained net sellers, posting a net outflow of 86.5 million rupees. The top three price gainers were Hunter and Company, Lakehouse Printers and Publishers, and Amana Takaful PLC, whereas the top three price losers were First Capital Holdings, SMB Finance Voting, and Tal Lanka Hotels. Thank you.
Sri Lanka's stock market posted strong performance last week, reflecting renewed investor confidence and positive market sentiment. Key indices recorded notable gains, supported by active local participation. For further insights on this, we have Ranjan Ranatunga from First Capital Holdings.
Thank you, Jenna. The Colombo advanced for yet another week last week, with all-share price index gaining by 315 points or 1.4%. to close at 22,633. The S&P 20 index also followed the same suite, where a positive growth of 37 points was recorded, or 0.6% was recorded, to close at 6,263 points. The growth in the bourse was supported largely by the expectation of positive growth in listed corporate earnings in the upcoming September 25 quarter. Moreover, the lack of alternative investments options coupled with low interest rates also caused towards the increased interest in the Colombo bourse. Meanwhile, backed by several large off-board transactions, including a few stake changes, the average turnover increased to 7.5 billion compared to the daily average turnover of 7.2 billion. Looking ahead, we expect the present momentum to continue as increased fund shift into equities coupled with relatively cheaper valuations of the market to increase participation in the market. Moreover, stable interest rates, macroeconomic indicators and political stability and direction in the market are also expected to boost investor confidence in the market in the coming week. Thank you.
Gold prices slipped from record highs in Asian trading today, pressured by profit-taking and signs of easing U.S.-China trade tensions that dampened demand for the metal's safe haven appeal. Spot gold was last down 0.8% at $4,322.95 an ounce. U.S. gold futures for December fell 0.5% at $4,339.35 an ounce. Other precious and industrial metals also traded lower today as a slightly stronger greenback made them costlier for overseas buyers. Silver futures dropped 1.5% to $50.68 per ounce, while platinum futures fell 1.1 cents to $1,633.60 an ounce. Benchmark copper futures on the London Metal Exchange edged down at 0.2% to $10,666.20 a ton, while U.S. copper futures declined 1% to $5 a pound. Oil prices fell in Asian trading today, remaining close to 5-month lows as concerns over a looming supply glut and weakening demand sap confidence in crude. Brent oil futures for December fell slightly at 0.1% to $61 a barrel, while West Texas Intermediate crude futures fell 1% to $57.40 a barrel. Both contracts remained close to 5-month lows hit on Monday. Traders also priced out a risk premium from potential Middle East supply disruptions as an Israel-Hamas ceasefire appeared to be holding off a brief conflict over the weekend. Markets were also seen pricing in a lower chance of more U.S. sanctions against Russia over the Ukraine war. Oil prices have been on a 3-week losing streak amid growing concerns over a looming supply glut in coming months. The Sri Lankan rupee has changed slightly against the US dollar at commercial banks in Sri Lanka today compared to last Friday. The buying rate of the US dollar has reduced from 299 rupees and 80 cents to 299 rupees and 75 cents, while the selling rate has also dropped from 305 rupees and 30 cents to 305 rupees and 25 cents. Let's take a closer look on how the Sri Lankan rupee has performed against other major global currencies. Short break now. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back to the Nightly Business Report. Uber Eats and Kiosk have joined forces to launch on-demand grocery delivery across Sri Lanka, enhancing everyday shopping convenience. The partnership offers access to Kiosk's full range of essentials via the Uber Eats app, with rapid expansion planned nationwide.
Uber Eats and Kiosk have partnered to offer on-demand delivery of groceries, household items, fresh produce and more from Kiosk outlets across Sri Lanka. Customers can now order from 30 Kiosk stores in Colombo, Gampaha and Kandy via the Uber Eats app. It plans to expand to over 80 stores island-wide. This service combines Kiosk's trusted product range and retail pricing with Uber Eats' speed, scale and reliability. Varun Wijewardena, the country manager of Uber Delivery Sri Lanka, highlighted that the partnership strengthens Uber Eats' position in the grocery and retail delivery space. Nilush Kure from Kiosk emphasized their ongoing commitment to accessibility and convenience, building on their previous collaboration for food delivery.
ACL Cables plc unveiled its groundbreaking ACL SAX medium voltage covered conductor system at Techno 2025, introducing a next-generation solution for power distribution in Sri Lanka. The system promises enhanced reliability, safety and cost-effectiveness, offering a robust alternative to traditional bare conductor lines. Designed to withstand harsh environments, it features a multi-layer construction that minimizes faults, protects wildlife and reduces electric shock risk. With compliance to BS-EN 50397 standards and compatibility with EN-STO accessories, the system ensures complete integrity and ease of deployment. ACL's MVCC system reduces infrastructure and maintenance costs, making it a smart, future-ready investment for utility providers across the country. The Jeffrey Bawa Trust and the Royal Thai Embassy in Colombo have launched a Thai architecture program to promote cultural and architectural exchange.
The Geoffrey Bawa Trust, in partnership with the Royal Thai Embassy in Colombo, has launched a Thai architecture program aimed at fostering cultural and architectural exchange between Sri Lanka and Thailand. Running from October 2025 to March 2026, the program will feature a series of public talks, workshops and community events led by prominent Thai architects. The initiative focuses on contemporary architecture in tropical climates, highlighting sustainable and adaptable design solutions for urban living. The series will open on the 24th of October at Siam Nevasa with Bangkok-based architects who will discuss resilient design in hot and humid environments. November will feature a globally renowned architect known for sustainable museum and gallery design.
NDB Bank has signed a memorandum of understanding with Unimo Enterprises Limited to expand affordable and flexible vehicle leasing options for customers. The partnership offers tailored financing for passenger vehicles, including Perdua DFSK, JMEV, and JMC models targeting families, professionals, and first-time buyers. NDB promises fast approvals, minimal documentation, and flexible repayment plans for a smooth ownership experience. The collaboration also covers commercial vehicles, supporting SMEs and the logistics sector with cost-effective transport solutions. Combining Unimo's strong automated presence with NDB's customer-centric banking, the partnership empowers individuals and businesses with reliable mobility backed by trusted financing. Uga Haluwala, a boutique hotel by Uga Resorts, has been ranked number 5 in the Rest of Asia category at the Condé Nast Travel Readers' Choice Awards 2025.
Uga Haluwala, an iconic boutique hotel by Uga Resorts, has been ranked 5th in the Rest of Asia category at the Condé Nast Traveler Readers' Choice Awards 2025. This recognition is based entirely on votes from discerning travelers worldwide, highlighting the hotel's exceptional guest experience and authentic Sri Lankan hospitality. Nestled in the hills of Hatton overlooking the Kalsori Reservoir, Uga Haluwala is a restored 19th century British-era bungalow that blends colonial charm with modern luxury. The hotel features 6 elegantly designed suites, an infinity pool, bespoke dining, and access to the serene Pekoe Trail through nearby tea plantations. The accolades cements Uga Haluwala's reputation as a world-class destination, redefining boutique luxury in Sri Lanka's hill country.
Let's take a short commercial break. Global business updates coming on the other side. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back to the Nightly Business Report. Asian stocks extended strong gains today, buoyed by easing U.S.-China trade tensions and a robust Wall Street lead. Japan's Nikkei 225 climbed as much as 1.5% to a fresh peak of 49,945.95 points after surging more than 3% a day earlier. The broader Topix index added 0.8%, also hitting a fresh all-time high. China's blue chips Shanghai Shenzhen CSI 300 rose 1.5%, while the Shanghai Composite Index advanced 1.2%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index jumped 1.8%. South Korea's Kospi hit records high. Elsewhere, Australia's S&P ASX 200 rose 0.8%, with local mining stocks hitting a record high. Singapore's Straits Times Index jumped 1.4%, while India's Nifty 50 gained 0.5%. U.S. stocks jumped with finance and technology shares providing much of upside muscle as upbeat quarterly earnings result revived risk appetite and investors grew less fearful about regional bank credit quality.
A strong day for financial and technology shares pushed stocks up across the board Monday. The Dow and the S&P 500 both climbed more than 1% higher, and the Nasdaq rose nearly 1.4%. Shares of Apple climbed roughly 4% and hit an intraday high after a report indicated sales of the iPhone 17 were outpacing those of the 16 in the US and China. Meanwhile, a key semiconductor index also hit a record level during Monday's trading session. Financial stocks got a lift as investors grew less fearful about regional bank credit quality. Upcoming quarterly results are expected to provide a closer read on the sector on the heels of last week's sell-off, which was driven by fears of systemic credit stress. Also boosting investor confidence was White House economic advisor Kevin Hassett, who said the federal government shutdown is likely to end this week. And in the ongoing trade skirmish between Washington and Beijing, U.S. President Donald Trump suggested easing tariffs on China if it resumes key agricultural purchases, including soybeans. Other stocks on the move included Boeing, which advanced nearly 2%. After the planemaker won approval from the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration to raise 737 MAX production to 42 planes per month. And shares of Weight Watchers surged more than 9%, following the company's announcement that it would partner with Amazon for weight loss drug delivery.
Apple shares surged to an all-time high, with the iPhone maker close to becoming the third company to hit a $4 trillion market valuation, as data showed strong momentum for the latest iPhone.
Apple's new iPhone is selling better than the previous model, according to a report from research firm Counterpoint. The report said sales in China and the U.S. for the iPhone 17 outsold the iPhone 16 by 14% during the first 10 days of availability. Sales of the base model iPhone 17 nearly doubled in China compared to the iPhone 16 during the same period. Across China and the U.S., sales of the base model climbed 31%. Apple launched the iPhone 17 in September, including in China. A Counterpoint analyst called the phone compelling for consumers and a great value for the money. Separately, brokerage Evercore ISI added Apple stock to the tactical outperform list, citing iPhone 17 demand, which it said looks stronger than a typical upgrade cycle. Shares of Apple rose more than 4% to hit a record high in Monday morning trading, nearing a $4 trillion valuation.
Thank you for watching the Nightly Business Report on Other Derana News channel. We value your opinion. Share your thoughts and feedback with us through email at feedback.adncenglish@derana.lk or via WhatsApp at 076-805-7933. We will see you again tomorrow with the latest updates in the business globe. Vinod Varnasurya will meet you next with Other Derana Sports Central. Until then, I'm Jenna Newman. Thank you for watching and have a great night.